welcome back to Wyther Farms. So the map had a recent update, so basically from what the update log said, we're actually able to drop grass on the ground now. So let's go test it out real quick. So I'm pretty interested to see if it worked. So the pH balance on our grass is fine. The nitrogen isn't so much, but might as well just go ahead and get this cut if we can. So with the update, it actually replaced all the trees that we cut down in the first episode and the second episode. So I went through and deleted them real quick. And then the hedges that we cut out as well got replaced. So there was an opening over on the left side over here at the edge of this hedge. So I went through and I cut that down as well. I cut all this down up to that tree over there just to kind of give us some more of a just a more open space, I guess. So let's go ahead and we'll cut along this edge here, see what happens. Yeah, it's all dropping now, so that should be good. Probably don't have to worry about definitely don't have to worry about that anymore, which is really nice. You can actually get all this cut, no issues. Yeah, it's cut really nice. Not over there, I guess. Never mind. I spoke way too soon. So it's cutting here just fine. And it gets up to there and it's not fine. Yeah, here it seems to be fine. Huh. Well, we'll go with it. It's dropping enough of a space that will be okay. So I'll just cut along here and it'll just drop a big pile eventually. See if we can get rid of these hedges. So it looks like it's not dropping well over here at all. So it's semi-fixed. Not 100%, but we'll get there. So it looks like only some spots are fine and the other spots aren't. It's a start. I mean, if it drops majority of the field, I don't mind just going ahead and getting this whole field cut and just having those big piles here and there, because you don't lose any of the grass. Yeah, I'll bring you guys along for just like a headland and kind of see where the grass spots are that we can't drop on. Yeah, we'll definitely get more once we balance out our nitrogen levels too. So yeah, it looks like it's just spots here and there that it won't drop on. So this spot here. So yeah, with the update of the map, apparently they fixed some stuff in the other fields too. I think like divots or something like that is what they fixed. So I just decided not to do a new game save and just go ahead and pick up where I left off. Because it's supposed to generally fix the dropping the grass on the ground and being able to do straw swaths. But it just seems like some spots you still can't drop on. So hopefully that gets fixed as well. But I mean, the update was nice because it gave us at least somewhat of a start to be able to get our grass cut. So I think we can endure the spots for now. Unfortunately, I think with like the once we start windrowing, it's not gonna put like a windrow in those spots that you can't put down grass on. So it'll actually delete the grass. I've had that happen before. So if you like start shooting it out behind you with the windrow, because it pushes it behind you, it'll actually delete that grass. Especially because it's not supposed to be in that spot. So I think getting all this cut will kind of show us where we can put the grass when we windrow, so I might have to be creative with that. Alright, we just finished up getting all of our grass cut. As you can see, it's pretty splotchy. So like this half of the field we're driving on right now seems to be fine. But it kind of starts to not allow grass on the ground through here. And that one square, you can actually put grass. So kind of interesting. Alright, so let's go ahead and go grab a windrow. I have one in mind that I want to be able to use. I think it'll work out pretty well. It's one of the newer windrows on the mod hub. It's basically like I don't know what I can't remember what it's called, but it's the black one, and it's basically a V. We'll go pick that up. Should be within our price range, I believe. But yeah, I wanted to apologize for the lack of videos for the last couple of days. Tuesday I was out of town, so I wasn't able to record one. And then on Wednesday I recorded one for Thursday. But when I went to go and put it into a new folder, the video that I recorded into a new folder just disappeared. I didn't hit delete, I didn't do anything, I put it into that folder, and it was transferring to that folder, and then it just stopped. So I don't know what happened. And I couldn't find the video anywhere. So I wasn't able to release a video, so I recorded Erlingrat yesterday. Or not yesterday, Wednesday. And it just disappeared. So I don't know what happened, and that frustrated me like crazy, so I didn't record another one. So just in that series, I just went ahead and we basically just harvested the canola, got the canola straw picked up and sold. We sold milk. We made quite a bit of money that day. And I bought another field. So I'll explain all that in the next video for that. I think I'll do that video next. I'll probably end up recording that one on probably Christmas Day. So today, really. So I'm recording this video on Thursday. So Christmas Eve. That means that tomorrow when you guys see this, it's going to be Christmas. So Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy holidays, whatever you celebrate. Definitely one of those days to spend with your family and enjoy your time. So yeah, this one right here, the 8.5 meter rake, I wanted to be able to use this one. So we'll just yeah, we'll buy it used. Save us some money. Hopefully this can pull it. I think it can. I don't think it requires. I didn't even look. Let's let's go look at it again. Yeah, 55. No problem. Definitely looks used. Paint's all chipped. Let's go ahead and get it repaired. So it's got about 36 hours on it. Not bad. It's funny though, like to get to the chipped paint part, like it takes a lot of hours. It doesn't take 36 hours. Or it might. I don't know. I don't think I've driven a tractor or used a piece of equipment long enough for that to happen. It only says 55 horsepower, but this tractor is topping out at 15. It's having a hard time pulling it. Let's go look at it again. Yeah, it just says 55 miles an hour. Oh, I don't want to sell it. Weird. and it's struggling. Oh well, it'll do. I know with this mod you can actually, if you can see the hitch on the bottom, right there, you can actually pull a baler behind it. We won't do that today, mostly because I don't think their tractor can pull both of them at the same time. I think once we actually upgrade our tractor and get a bigger one, we'll go ahead and probably do that at the same time. It'd probably be pretty beneficial and speed up a lot of our jobs. Ooh. Need to turn a lot sharper than I did. Alright, wider turn. There we go. Partially why I cut out a bunch of hedges, because getting into a tiny space with this, or with any equipment, might be a little bit much of a pain, so we'll try to stick in the areas that actually can place grass, because I know if we go ahead and start here, let me see if I can get an example of it. Oh, this thing's gonna be a pain to turn with. Because this will shoot it out pretty far. See, it deletes some of the grass. So that's why we have to be creative with it. Because if we don't, we're going to miss out on a lot of grass. So I was thinking, let's do this. Grab these edges. So hopefully the modder actually gets this fixed again. Hopefully it'll be a little bit better in the end. I didn't even... Oh, it's not even lowered. I don't know why it's doing that. Oh well. I think it's because it's a tall... I think it's because it's tall. That's fine. I'll just go through and grab all this real quick. Probably just be better to do this. Delete some of the smaller amounts. We'll just do this too. Because it's just going to mess up that hedge. It's just going to mess up that swath anyways. That's probably why it's only a 55 horsepower, is because it doesn't actually require it to be turned on, just lowered. Okay. I know we're going to be deleting some of this grass, but that's fine. But like I said, this one half of the field will be fine. It'll windrow like normal. But yeah, we'll let the silage bales sit for a couple days, and then we'll go ahead and get them sold. So we have to plant something, and then we have to finish up those contracts. So hopefully, because we'll probably be in late spring for a minute, we'll finish up those contracts and we'll go ahead and get something planted. I'm still thinking potatoes. Maybe not, I'm not sure yet. I downloaded some stuff that I think would be fun to do with potatoes. Basically digs them out of the ground and leaves a swath behind you. And then you come through and you pick them up with something else, which is another piece of machinery. And I think with the tractor we have, we can do it. And it'll be pretty easy. Okay. Well, that's gonna be a heck of a swath to pick up. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Yeah, you can't even back up on that. Okay. We'll have to pick that up somehow. We'll get creative again. Because this is kind of a pain sometimes. Alright. What the heck happened? Oh, I must have accidentally kept on hitting circle. Cool. So we just finished up all of our windrowing. So we'll go ahead and start getting this all built up. Definitely an interesting windrower. I'm not sure if I 100% like it, just because the turning on it sucks. I don't know if it's because of this tractor or what, but yeah, it's kind of a... You have to do a lot of 3 to 5 point turns just to get it turned around. And it's a heavy piece of equipment. It's about half the weight of this tractor. So I want to say, yeah, the tractor's 4.2, and you add this on there, it's 2.4 tons. It's pretty heavy for a rake. Let's get this put away. I'm hoping the baler works well, because it requires a lot of horsepower. Like, I can pull it no problem, but I think pulling it with it turned on might be an issue. So we might have to switch it out for something else. But let's take a look first and see if it'll work. If not, we'll switch it out. Because it is way heavy. It's heavier than the rake, but we can pull this at almost full speed. Does make sense sometimes. So we got some grass in there. Let's see, we're at 10,000, which is good. Turn it on, see how this works. Okay, moment of truth. Yeah, I figure if it can harvest at a if it can pick it up at a decent speed, it'll be fine. Yeah, it's not doing too bad. Just kind of shocking, because maybe the bigger swaths it'll have a hard time with. But usually when you have a piece of equipment that requires a lot of horsepower and you're actually pulling it, it's fine. But when it comes to actually harvesting it or picking stuff up with it, that's when it slows down quite a bit. So for this not to slow down by much, pretty interesting. Okay, I got our first bale. Swaths are a little wide. Yeah, it slows down a lot on those bigger ones, which makes sense. But yeah, on the small swaths, works well. I'm sure on hills it would be terrible, so kind of glad that this is all flat ground. Probably helps us out quite a bit. Not entirely sure how much grass or grass bales we get off this. I can't imagine it'll be much, just because, well, we didn't get a high yield, just because of the nitrogen levels. Of course, I don't have the, I could probably show you on here though. So yeah, you can see the yield on here was not great. Probably like 70% to 65-ish percent, maybe 60. No, I'd say 65 and 70%. It's kind of where we were at. So we didn't get the 100% full yield off of this grass field, which is okay. I mean, for now. And we're just mostly just trying to make some kind of money without it having to be all from contracts. Because definitely starting out was slower with no money takes a minute. But I think doing those trees helped, as well as getting the wood chips from those trees that we cut down. That helped out quite a bit to kind of get our footing and get us some extra money so we can get like the mower and the baler here and the tractor, as well as this field. It's definitely one of those first series I've done with starting out with no money and just a chainsaw and a truck and a trailer. It's been pretty good so far. I haven't minded it. It's kind of fun having to start with nothing and build up to something. Of course, I think it'll be probably sometime throughout this year we'll try to buy a house, get one built. I know it'll be a minute before we can, but I'm definitely going to look at some different houses and we'll see which one will be most beneficial to buy and get built. Because as you know, if you've played this map, you start on top of a shop or something like that. Or a building. I don't know exactly where it's at, but when you load in without a house, that's where you start. Just on a roof, something. I mean, which is pretty cool. It'd be nice to start on the farm, get our own house. So yeah, we're just chugging along here, and shouldn't be too much longer before we get this all done. We'll see how many bales we get. I'm not 100% sure if we'll be able to fill up the full baler for the last one, but well, we'll see what happens. You never know sometimes. These are going to be fun. They're going to fill us up quick. Alright, come to this side. That's funny. Alright, I'll get this finished up. So, we're about done. We're wrapping up the 10th bale right now. So I'm not really sure if we'll get to the 11th bale, because we don't seem to be picking up a lot from each of these swaths. So we'll just keep going and see if we end up getting any close to the 11th. So we're about halfway. Maybe we will. Yeah, I think we'll get to the 11th bale at least, and we'll have a little bit extra. So we won't get quite 12. So I'm thinking maybe we'll at least a 4,000 bale instead of a 10,000. So once we get the 11th bale out, let's see if I can switch it back down to 4,000. Maybe 8,000? Nah, we'll do 4,000. If they get two 4,000 liter bales, that's fine. Okay, so let's do 4,000 and we'll see what happens. But yeah, when it wraps the bale, it makes the baler a little bit heavy. And then it speeds up and it shoots off once you drop that bale. How high can we? So can we go to 6,000? see if that will do anything. If we get closer to 8, maybe we can up it to 8,000. Yeah, we're not going to get 8,000. We'll just go to the 6,000, let it get wrapped, and then we'll pick up the rest of it. It's not going to be much. But at least we got the majority of the grass off the field that we can actually sell. So we got 11 bales at 10,000, and then we got one at 6. So it's about, 116,000 liters of silage, which isn't bad. I think once we get the nitrogen down and we actually get it all balanced out, we'll actually end up making a little bit more. At least I think. We'll see what happens when we actually get the nitrogen balanced out as well. See how many liters of silage we can get, or grass really, that we could turn into silage. But yeah, just definitely be curious to see what happens. So what we'll do... Did I get rid of that spreader? I think I did. I think I wanted to buy one. That's why we were doing contracts. But I want to be able to get a layer of nitrogen down on our plowed field before we start actually planting. Because that's going to take us a while to plant that. But I think we'll do that in the next episode. I want to be able to get those contracts finished up. Might do a time lapse on those contracts just so we can earn some extra money. We can buy some stuff. The first contract is kind of a smaller field, so I think we'll be fine with just doing that one real time. I think it's over on field 16 or something, 12. So we have field 8 and 6 are done. So we still have all the blinking ones. So we got 12, 5, 31, 32, and 19 to get done. Which they aren't huge fields, so it might take us not very long, actually. Of course, this right here is going to be a pain to fertilize because it's going to get caught on everything. So we're going to have to do this. I don't think we can back up very far. I think that'll be fine. Oop. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. We'll get majority of it. We don't have to do 100% of the field to get the contract completed. Just start there and go. I'm not sure if the fertilizer will last for the rest of these contracts. I'm not 100% sure. But we will do our best. And if we have to fill up at least one more time, we'll be okay. Let's do this, because we can get over that hedge. Yeah, that'll work. And then we'll go. Is there any more trees? No, we're good. What are we stuck on? We're stuck on that tree. But yeah, we'll definitely make some decent money off all this, because of the 2 contracts that we have done right now. One of them is worth quite a bit, the other one isn't. So yeah, 41,000 for field 8, and then field 6 is 73. So, I mean, once we're all done with all these, hoping at least make $100,000. If probably pretty close, because of these 2, yeah, that'll give us about 88,000. So yeah, we're sure about getting 100,000 from all these contracts, which is not bad. Plus the $50,000 one we did yesterday, or the last episode. So about $150,000 in fertilizing contracts, which is pretty decent. And I was talking to Creighton Gaming, and he was suggesting, so there's this on fs19.net, there's this mod where when you're harvesting potatoes, it gives you this machine where it has a wider working width. It looks like the beet harvester, but the header allows you to harvest potatoes, and it's probably like maybe 4 or 5 times wider than the actual potato harvester, probably about 3 of the sugar beet headers put together. So you can harvest a wider area, and it actually holds, I think, 60,000 liters or something like that. So I'm thinking, like, if we go to do potatoes, we might take that contract on the field we fertilized yesterday, if it becomes available. Because what we can do is we can keep a good amount of those potatoes, get them washed and sorted and get them sold. Plus, we'd make decent money off of the contract itself because, well, harvesting potatoes usually pays off pretty well. It's time consuming. But if we're able to take that contract and then lease that piece of equipment, we'll make that money back no problem. And it'll cover more than cover the lease. It'll get the job done quicker. And we'll have probably a good amount of potatoes left over that we can use to sell. I don't know. I can't remember if doing washed potatoes and premium potatoes will actually get affected by seasons. I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember off the top of my head. Because I think the prices are generally pretty good for those. We could definitely check. We'll go back. We'll get a straight shot going again, and then we'll give it a shot. Give it a check. So I think it pops up in the seasons menu. So we'll take a look to see if it does fluctuate in price. We'll see what the top range is, and I mean, if it doesn't really seem to be affected, maybe we'll go ahead and do that. So I was thinking about we could do potatoes in our field as well. Oh, I was like, it's not spraying, but I forgot precision farming. Okay, let's take a look at the potatoes real quick. It's probably going to be down past all the base stuff. Solid dry, premium potatoes. It does look like it does affect, and so does washed potatoes. So, washed potatoes top out about 526, and those about 905. So if we go ahead and look, there's regular potatoes. Yeah, it does get affected by seasons, which is, I guess, good. So we could definitely watch the price of those. Get the equipment. I can't remember how much the equipment is. I know it's not expensive. So it might be definitely worth doing that. So yeah, this field took about 2,000 liters-ish. So yeah, we might have to fill up again. But like I said, these contracts are going to more than cover the costs of any of the fertilizer that we use. Okay, so that one's done. Alright, let's head up to field. Trying to plan out the best path, so that makes most sense. So we'll get the ones by our farm done last. So let's head up to field 5 real quick. Oops. But yeah, we'll get up to field 5, get that one done. And I'll see you guys on the last, I'll see you guys on the last field. We'll get that one done and completed. Would probably be field 19 because it's a little bit bigger than the rest of them. And then we'll collect all of our payments, and then we'll go ahead and call it a day. Yeah, I think we'll do that. I think that's a good idea. Okay, so I'll see you guys here in a little bit. What do you think of cutting this angle? Definitely an interesting angle to cut to, right? Anyways, we are, I don't know, maybe halfway-ish done with the field, with the last contract. Of course, I'm not able to see where the fertilizer is being laid, so an aerial view seems to be necessary and appropriate. So we're just going to go ahead and get this one completed. I did have to fill up. I got it all full with fertilizer again. I'm not 100% sure. I think this will be enough to be able to finish up this field. That's at least what I'm hoping. Because it is a little bit of a bigger field. And so it does dump out pretty quick when we're going through and getting it all laid down for fertilizer. So I'm hoping it's enough. But if not, we can always go and get just a tiny bit more. But I don't think it'll require much more if we do have to get some. But it's kind of a biggish field. It's kind of interesting on some of it because one of the fields, I think it was the field next to this one, 31, on like the far left corner of the field, there's like this tree plant, like the tree right there and right in the field. Like it looks like the field just perfectly goes around it. It was interesting. Hopefully the modder catches that one too. Yeah, it was perfectly right on the corner of the field. You could see that there was like a crop planted behind the tree, and then yeah, it was odd. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely going and doing all these contracts gives you a good feel of the map. Kind of gives you the look of where all the fields are, and kind of gives you that tour without really taking a tour. It's just more of like, okay, let's drive here, let's try to find the entrance, because sometimes the entrances to these fields they're kind of a pain to find. I did have a hard time finding a couple of them. Field 5 is basically by the horse farm, so you actually have to turn into that farm to be able to turn into that field. So if you're down there, definitely be prepared for that. But yeah, I just kind of want to ask too, what do you guys think of this map so far? If you're playing on it, let me know. It's definitely been a great map. I think I like it so far. It kind of gives me a Mercury Farms feel a little bit. Not quite, it's still different than Mercury Farms, but it still gives me that idea of, okay, there's a little bit of freedom to the map. You can actually do kind of whatever you want, build it up however you want. There's enough flat areas to do that. Things are broken up enough, I think, with the hedges and the trees, and the fields are broken up as well. Like I said before, you get like a variety of different fields, and you don't feel like you're limited to just small farming or limited to just big farming or medium farming. You can kind of do whatever kind of farming you want. So kind of like right now for us, we're doing a little bit of small farming. Obviously not with contracts, because it's better to do the contracts with bigger equipment, but ultimately with the farm we're building up, we are starting small. And so we'll eventually move up to more medium-sized farming, which gives us access to more of like the medium-sized fields, make good money, and then we can go ahead and buy the bigger fields and then do bigger farming, so we can kind of work our way up. I do like that aspect of this map. I think it's definitely a nicer, I don't know, gives it a different feel, I guess. Kind of gives you that more of a freedom to do whatever. Yeah, I think we're going to need more fertilizer. Of course, I probably brought you guys back a little too early, because this field is bigger than I thought. I thought it was going to be pretty quick to do, but it's not. I mean, I'm already at almost 2 hours of recording, but I know a lot of it's going to be just cut out just because it's just me getting the tedious and boring stuff to watch out of the way. Because everybody does it. Everybody cuts grass, everybody windrows, everybody bales. And yeah, kind of get a little boring watching that over and over again. So I definitely want to be able to cut that down a little bit, so that way you guys aren't stuck watching it every single time with every other YouTuber you're watching when it comes to Farming Simulator. I try to add a little bit of a different aspect, just because, you know, just being a creator, you want to be able to do something different. Add a twist and a flavor that nobody else does, and I might not have the most exciting stuff to be doing during my farming, but it's stuff that I like to do, it's stuff that I enjoy, and I'm sure other people enjoy it as well and have the same aspect of, hey, yeah, I like doing kind of what he does, and it's relatable, I guess. Ooh, we just barely finished. Sweet. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll take this back to the farm real quick, and then we'll accept all the contracts. We'll finish them all. Luckily, we can just go out right here and take a left, and it'll go right to our farm. That's why I wanted to finish up here, because it gets us a lot closer. Okay, I did want to do that. Yeah, I was driving out here to do these last few fields. So I was just trying to confirm if what I said before was right, that you can just drive over cars through traffic with this thing. You can. Yeah, it's just perfectly over them. It was pretty funny. I kind of chuckled to myself. I'm like, okay, yeah, it is possible. I knew it was. It just, I hadn't done it in so long that I kind of forgot if it was even possible. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to building up this farmyard a little bit more. Like, I'm not sure if we're going to put any animals or anything in here. I think we'll try to do, like, kind of like this, doing this like a hub, I guess. Kind of having, like, once we get to bigger farming, we'll have bigger equipment over here. That's kind of what I want to do. We'll definitely play with it as we go. If you guys have any recommendations, definitely let me know. I'm more than happy to incorporate anything in here. Or if you say, hey, I think this would be pretty cool in the farmyard, let me know. Just tell me what it is, where I can find it. If it's not on the mod hub, if it's on the mod hub, tell me what the name of it is. But yeah, I'd be definitely happy to incorporate some ideas that you guys have into this farm as well as my own. Okay, so let's get these contracts completed. So we're going to have quite a bit of money. I think it was field 12 that we borrowed the equipment on. Yeah. So as you can see, the reimbursement right there, it says $849. So that's reimbursing me for the fertilizer that's left in the machine. And then obviously, since we took borrowed the equipment off of field 12, takes that out. Which is interesting because field 12, out of all of the different ones we've done, all the different contracts, it is the second smallest. And it gave us the biggest piece of equipment. I just find that a little odd because like 16 I think was like a fertilizer spreader, just the one that's towed behind a tractor, and then I think like I want to say 31 and 19 or something like that, they had the Satara, the green one that goes like 7 miles an hour. So it was just a little odd to me, I think, that it gave us the biggest one on the second smallest field of all the contracts. So yeah, we made a decent amount of money. We could probably get the exact amount from the finances. So contracts income was $177,000. We spent $22,000 on fertilizer. Yeah. Yeah. So we made about $152,000. It's not bad. Don't have any loans. That's good. So we made a decent amount of money. I think we can go ahead and probably buy a little bit of more equipment. I think we'll probably end up buying a bale trailer. Since we're playing 6-day seasons, the bales are going to take a couple days to ferment, so we'll probably sell those on the second day of summer, or probably halfway through the second day of summer, because it takes 48 hours to get them all done and fermented. And then we'll go ahead, we'll probably end up doing, you know, how about this? Let me know what you guys think. What should we plant here? I'm fine with potatoes. I'm fine with anything, really. But whatever you guys want to see here, let me know. I think that might be a better way to go, because I am not 100% sure what to plant here. We do still need to get it fertilized, at least the first layer down. We'll go from there. We'll have to figure out what kind of planter or seeder we're going to buy. But yeah, definitely let me know what you guys want planted there. I'm more than happy to put it in. But yeah, with that being said, we'll go ahead and I think we'll call it a day here. And then our next episode, I think will come out Tuesday. So it gives you guys quite a few days to go ahead and figure out, hey, we should do this or you should do that. And I'll incorporate those things. So if you guys aren't subscribed, please consider doing so. I've had a lot of subscribers in the past couple of weeks, and I appreciate all of you. It's awesome to see that you guys are enjoying my content. It's just really cool to see it and really cool to interact with you guys. So I appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. But yeah, please drop a like on the video. It helps out quite a bit. It gets me out there, be able to have other people see my videos, to be able to come in and view what I'm doing and just enjoy the channel. Yeah, I appreciate it. I can't talk today, apparently. I appreciate you guys yeah, I can't talk today. I appreciate you guys viewing the video today. Yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video. Hey, take care, guys. Bye.